the focus to enlightenment, because focus to emptiness. Focus to emptiness. So once when you daily life you meditate on the emptiness, then you are understanding emptiness. We call actually child clear light. Your understanding is the understanding about the emptiness. There's a child clear light. Subtle mind can perceive. A subtle mind, but because emptiness appear to subtle mind, if you don't have any experience of the emptiness, and then just appear but cannot perceive. If you have experience of the emptiness, and then when it's appear to you, then wow, this is the emptiness. So that time we say child clear light and the mother clear light, they met together. So then that time, then we have a really great chance to achieve enlightenment very swiftly. Okay, so see, this is a clear light, and there's a illusory body. So there are many different subjects actually comes in the root tantra, Gwe Samaja root tantra. Gwe Samaja root tantra is the special, okay, the emphasize to achieve this clear light and then achieve the illusory body. Okay, so much emphasis on the illusory body also. Then chakra sambhava, chakra sambhava, you say, chakra sambhava also that's emphasized on the clear light. Then there's a many different technique or method. Okay, so I did one mistake. Is
Sattva will keep the illusory body. Bodhisattva will keep the illusory body.
No.
No.
Yeah, a bodhisattva is a bodhisattva who practice the tantric. Yeah. Bodhisattva can be sutra practitioner and a tantric practitioner. The bodhisattva tantric practitioner, and then special that bodhisattva focus to illusory body. Illusory body is the principal cause of Buddha's form body. Because the form body, why the bodhisattva focus to form body? Because to help the other sentient being, the truth body cannot help. Truth body is the knowledge, cannot see by sentient being. So only help to other sentient being is a need the form body. That's why Bodhisattva really to focus to the form body. So that's why the tantric practice actually to practice the tantric you must have the bodhicitta, at least bodhicitta with effort. Bodhicitta with effort makes sense. Then naturally maybe. Even in the dreams, if you feel how wonderful if I achieve enlightenment to benefit other sentient beings, even in the dreams, you just naturally, this mind comes again. So that's become almost the bodhisattva. But if you really need the effort to cultivate this mind, maybe your teachers need to inspire you, some conditions encourage you, and then you have this kind of thought. Then after a few minutes, you disappear. So that's actually okay. That kind of, even you have that kind of mind, bodhisattva, bodhicitta with effort, but you can achieve initiation to practice tantra. Okay. And then tantra is the major tantra is practice. You said the Guhya Samaja and the Chakra Sambhava, and the Guhya Samaja is the emphasize actually. The special the Guhya Samaja emphasize is on the illusory body, and of course to explain a lot about the clear light. The clear light is the principal subject of the actually chakra sambhava. Okay, chakra sambhava. So here is Guhya Samaja, and the Yamentaga. Maybe if you talk like this, it takes a long time. Okay, and now we jump. Then sadhana. Sadhana is considered ritual. That's Mahakala and Kalarupa. That's the two. That's the Sanskrit words actually. The new monk have to memorize this because in future when put together all the monks together, we have to chant and meditation. That time nobody can bring the text. Everyone just Kalarupa. Yeah, the Mahakala is the protector. Special protector to the practitioner who developing compassion. If you really want a focus to develop your compassion and great compassion, and then the Mahakala is the protector. And if you really want to achieve the realization of the emptiness, and then Kalarupa is the special protector. The protector, that makes it sometimes very strange for us. So one old monk is my friend. He talked a little bit about the protector in English, but his accent also a little bit difficult. Then he taught his student, if you practice the tantric or something like this, you want to say you need protector practice. He said, you need potato practice. Potato practice very important. He actually is a protector. His accent is a potato. Still is a potato. Without potato practice, you cannot success your tantric practice. Yeah, this and then this you see the Goya Samaja, Yamantaka, Mahakala, Kalaruva. So this memorization exam, okay? Exam is the tantric part exam, and then the sutra part exam is the Dudra. We call the Dudra. It's the subject is. I think it's a little bit talk is okay. And I think when you go to school, I think you learn a lot about the first is solid, liquid, gas, like that, right? Most of them include there, right? So in the monastery, when we learn the first permanent and the impermanent, everything try to put in the permanent and the impermanent. Then we go to enter into the impermanent. Impermanent, then within impermanent, then we go three categories: the form, consciousness, and neither form nor consciousness. It's kind of the form, it's a color, shape, all this including the form, and the consciousness, all the feeling of this is belongs to there. Then neither form nor consciousness is what you guess what they are: time, week. Yeah, all this no permanent, no, this no permanent. But this change, 2001 changed to 2002. But this no form, you cannot see. But these are no consciousness. So, but this exists. Yeah. But this time, all the time. Time and what else? Most important, time and self. Self is not form, self is no consciousness. Because you say, my consciousness.
Yeah.
That means you believe self is the possessor of the consciousness. My mind, my body. You feel like you or self is the dictator of your body and your mind. That's why self also has neither form nor consciousness. So everything we divide into this three. Okay? So then subject really, emptiness really relate with actually neither form nor consciousness. Emptiness really go there, but neither form no consciousness is not we say that is the of course that is the impermanent because emptiness, but emptiness is the nature of that emptiness of the nature of that quality. Okay.
But what's self and not self? Self and not self.
Self
And no self. Anatma.
or selflessness. Yeah, of course. Yeah, selflessness is permanent.
Yes.
Yeah, in the Buddhist we say the permanent is if something change, but even that never disappear. It's live forever. But if this change, then we call this impermanent. If nothing change, then live forever, then that's permanent. Okay, that's why emptiness is the permanent. Emptiness never ever change. Emptiness. Sentient beings emptiness, enlightened beings emptiness the same. Sentient beings emptiness of mind, enlightened mind emptiness is the same. That's why you say, according to the emptiness of the sentient being, enlightenment, we are equal. Then why we cannot achieve enlightenment? Why Buddha achieved enlightenment? This kind of.
What is emptiness then?
Emptiness subject is emptiness is actually, you see, the empty means absent something, right? Mm-hmm. Absent something, then we call, oh, my glass is empty, or my purse is empty. But that time when you say empty, but you have a one thought, something absent in there. House is empty, then automatically people thinking maybe nobody there. They never think a chair is not in the house, right? Oh, house is empty, maybe automatically absent human being. Then the glass is empty, maybe that means maybe there's no liquid. Empty. But emptiness is related with the self. The way we believe now, right? Me, you see, we believe ourselves really somewhere exists as a solid and concrete and independently. We believe that way. If that kind of really the self, actually we really through meditation try to search from crown to toe. We cannot find anywhere from the brain, heart, everywhere. But it exists. It exists. So what does not exist is not exist the concrete and the independent and the solid self. The self exists just interdependently. Interdependently, the selves exist, but concrete self is not exist. That not exist is the what should be absent. The self, concrete, and which is feel like a dictator of the body and the speech, but that self is empty. That self is not exist. That's empty. If we believe the self exists as a concrete and a solid, maybe somewhere within our heart, then that the Buddha emphasized, that is the cause of attachment and attachment. Because of attachment, I want, then someone disturb you to get that, then comes angry. Then you didn't achieve, someone achieved, then comes a jealousy. And then all this actually comes. Okay? So for me, actually, best example to understand maybe selflessness, but Buddha never say, but Nagarjuna never say self not exist. Okay, self should be exist because self, I want to know reality of myself. If I don't know, who want to know? That is the proof I exist. But what I want to learn is that I want to know the reality of the self. The reality of the self is that appear to us is like maybe the example for me is the best. You look at the reflection moon in the clear water, right? Yeah, everybody says that moon is the reflection. That's not really moon. You don't have to think about that. Absolutely, that's not real moon, right? But that reflections is absolutely, it's appear to us from the water. From the water. Where is the reflection of the moon? You point in the water. Then what really we see that reflection in the water, is really exist exactly. It appeared to me. It really exists in the water there or not. I think it's very helpful for me to check. After that, then you try to give an answer, yes or no. If this the reflection of the moon exists as it appeared to me, exists in the water, that way it should be one with the water or other with the water, separate from the water. If this reflection of the moon is one with the water, then what? What's the problem? Whenever this water exists, this reflection should be exist there. Wherever you move this water, this reflection moon also should be there. But no, this disappeared. Now you say, maybe this reflection of the moon is other than water. If this reflection of the moon is other than water, then if you pour this water in other container, reflection of the moon must be there, but not there. But that's really the help to, is it exists, but not exist as it appeared to me. It appeared to me really there, you see, point there. So self exists exactly the same that way, actually. Exist, but my body is not self, my mind is not self, but exists as interdependently. That's why interdependence is the essence of teaching of the Buddha. teaching of the Buddha. Sometimes, yes.
Thank you so much for your illustration. The part that I'm confused about is the phrase calling emptiness permanent. Could there be a better word than permanent? Because permanent means something in America. I think in the West, the idea of permanent means unchanging.
Well, exactly, emptiness. If there's something, it changes. If there's emptiness, it's unchanging.
But emptiness, the way I was taught, is emptiness means the wisdom of empty. When we understand empty, then we have emptiness, which is a wisdom. It's an understanding. The actual item,
emptiness.
I don't think we can call emptiness an item because it's a realization.
It's not an item.
The natural, like say you were saying there's no self. So when we realized that the idea of the self was confused, it wasn't real. If we say what took its place is real, it's really an insight. There's nothing.
That's right.
We're just substituting one monster for another if we say it's permanent, because human beings do not understand permanent.
Permanent.
Exactly.
A realization.
Well,
So
exactly.
that's why I asked if there's another word besides permanent, because permanent's a little bit loaded word.
Permanent.
Yeah, it's a little bit loaded. I mean, I'm a little bit familiar.
All words are loaded. This is not, it's impossible to say this in words.
I'm a little bit familiar with some of the Tibetan schools, but I like the Lankavatara Sutra myself.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Now,
That is
so
sutra.
can I ask you one funny question now?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, in terms of the emptiness you were saying, and the self, like the self that we realize does not really exist. Not that we don't exist, but the idea that there's a permanent, unchanging self. That's what we see into, right? But I heard these phrases a few times and read them in the Lankavatara Sutra, like the hair of a rabbit or the horns on the tortoise. Wait, the horns on a rabbit and the hair on the tortoise, or the child of a barren woman.
That's more in the Shankara
I'm
Advaita
not arguing
tradition.
about that, but I mean
Those are self-contradictions.
I'm not arguing
Yes.
about that. But what I'm trying to say is, if our logic is that there's something that we're not understanding correct, and then when we say it's really emptiness and that's permanent, but we started off the logic that there was nothing permanent, it seems a little bit.
And so the emptiness is actually no change. Maybe I can say no change instead of say permanent, right?
But to me, it's in the field of experience, of practice. It's wisdom, and in the sense there is no.
Oh no, it's empty. No, there's no material exist. But the impermanent is the object of your realization.
Look, the whole point is, it is inexpressible in words.
Yeah, there's
The
no
nearest
actually.
thing
Just
to it
try
is
to explain, but
emptiness. If
really,
we say it's this or this or this, then we immediately form an
they say the sugar, the taste of the sweet is
It's
only
just
your
a
tongue.
word.
I'm just wondering about
Yeah.
permanence. Is
Okay,
there
it's
a
okay.
Tibetan word that
Uh,
besides permanence?
Unchanged.
Shunyata is sometimes called nothingness or the voidness. It's all the same
Substituting
thing.
one monster for another. To me, the idea of the Buddhist teaching was we were awakening. We didn't substitute one crutch for another crutch. It was an idea of awakening, and at some point there's an undefinability, like the idea of suchness. The idea of suchness.
Suchness is the emptiness.
Well, that's another word, like
Suchness,
emptiness.
emptiness, and absolute truth. All they are this. One name, the different. Yeah, I understand. There's no problem.
All
Yeah.
words are inadequate.
Because
Unconditioned. That's the word you want.
Well, I'm just
Unconditioned.
asking
Okay.
because I know a little bit about Tibetan Buddhism, and they do make it like in the. I can't remember what school, but at one time everything is emptiness or emptiness. There's like ultimate emptiness and relative emptiness.
You're talking of Nagarjuna, maybe he's talking.
emptiness or relative. The emptiness is just we divide the two truths, right? Absolute truth and relative truths. But these two truths are actually the two sides of one coin. So you should not think maybe. Then a subject we said divide. Okay, we call duda. That's divided into the form and the consciousness, and the neither form nor consciousness. Okay, then that duda and this memorization exams is the finish. So then that the children so now become the pass the first the grade exam. first grade exam. Now the second grade exams we call Chakdewa exam. The Chakdewa exams like Chakdewa is actually the serve to older monk. That means serves not everything, just when the monk who older than sit down, the Chakdewa when they chanting in the monastery, then they bring the tea and they bring the bread from the kitchen, so they give them. So then during that time, then his exam is memorization. Exam is memorize Guya Samaja Root Tantra, which the word taught by Buddha himself. Okay, himself, and then there's two different the sadhana, the two memorization, and two sutra, the subjects we call Lorik and Tagri. The Lorik and the Tagri sutra, that exam is not just memorize. That exam is writing exam
Yeah.
and debate exam.
Debate.
Yeah. Then the Lori's subject is the emphasis on the different mind. Actually, in the sutra, according to sutra, then there's the 51 different mind. 51 different mind. So it's important. The first looks a little bit complicated, but if you understand this kind of the different mind, then you understand maybe which kind of the mind will lead difficulty, which kind of mind will lead comfortable and happy. Because the mind and delusions, they comes with the different form at the beginning, right? But the later, then they change. Then sometimes they transform to jealousy. Sometimes they transform. First looks like a compassion, but later this change to jealousy. You help. After that, become a very good. Then instead of you rejoice, then become a jealousy. So that compassion is actually not really. You didn't make sure at the beginning. This is really pure compassion or attach. Attach influence the compassion. And then you help, but you need something back. Always you be higher, then they lower, then they respect to you. Then with this base, then you help. If you can help, they become a good, then comes a jealous. So that's very bad, right? So Lori explained for example, this root delusion, okay? What are the root delusions? Then 6 root delusions to explain. What are the secondary delusions? There's the 20 secondary delusion. What are the neutral mind? It's like that. So all the mind you have to learn, this is the fully the negative. These mind are fully positive. These mind are neutral. It's like, for example, neutral mind. But the positive and negative is easy, right? For angry is the 100% negative. And then compassion and loving kindness, all these are 100% positive. But regret and the dream mind, all this mind is called neutral. For example, you have a regret. The regret cannot say this is positive or negative. If you do if you help to someone, right? It's really help others, then that's become very nice. Then later, then you feel regret sometimes. Oh, I better don't help that way. Now you don't know how I am kind to that person. Better not to help. I feel regret I help that person. But that regret, because the regret to what you did good, but that regret we say negative. The regret to you did a good, that regret negative. Regret to you did a bad, that regret is positive. But I was confused. Rejoice. I feel like rejoice cannot say really fully positive actually. Rejoice looks like a neutral, right? But in the text it didn't come. Rejoice didn't come the part of the neutral mind. Because you rejoice someone did good, that rejoice is positive. But if you did rejoice something did bad, but then that rejoice is not good, right? So like that is the mind, is really explains the different mind, what is the definition of this mind, how many classification of this mind, but that's subject called lorik. And then the next subject is tagrik. Tagrik is kind of the reason. We call the reason, and then in the monastery, the subject, you see try to understand that through reason is so important. The why. Because we focus to enlightenment, we focus to liberation. The enlightenment and the liberations are not object of five senses, right? Not object of five senses. But if we don't have a strong intention or really strong desire desire is positive and negative, can be both, right?
People.
Okay, if you lacking strong desire to achieve enlightenment, then enlightenment is impossible, right? But if you don't have a really the understand what is the enlightenment with valid cognition, then someone just enlightenment like this. Now you pray to achieve enlightenment, but that's like a drama. So really cannot have what is the enlightenment in the feeling, right? So then you didn't see the benefit of enlightenment. If you didn't see the benefit of enlightenment, the intention to reach enlightenment is just fake. It's very difficult. Okay, so to understand the enlightenment, to understand the liberation, and then we really need the reason. Okay, so the reason that's a tagri. It's a little bit complicated now. It's okay. Okay. The reason then we in the tagri, then we divide now all the phenomena. When you perceive all the phenomena, they divide into three different situations. The situation of this object can be object of five senses. Then sometimes that situation change to this object is hidden object. Sometimes this object change to object of very hidden object. Maybe, for example, if fire is the front of us, it's warm. Fire is the object of five senses. Then fire is the behind the mountain. Then there's no smoke. Then that fire is very hidden object. If you want to know there's the fire or not, depends on someone came from that place. If that place someone came, then you ask, is there fire or not? If you don't know that person, then if you really don't believe that person, he say, yes, there's fire, but you say, I'm not sure. He said that, but you really trust to someone, he never lie. He's really concerned others' emotion. He never lie. If he say, yes, there's the fire, you believe. So that's object which really depends on the logical belief. Okay, then you understand. So then that object is very hidden object. Then object which really can see that result, like you see the smoke, and then you didn't see the fire, but because of the result of the fire you see. Then through understanding the smoke, now you know probably maybe there's a fire. So that time that fire now became object or as a hidden object. So now you see it, the liberation, the nirvana, all these are not very hidden object actually, but not object of five senses, but not very hidden object, because understand the liberations or the nirvana, understand it through how delusions are temporarily, how delusion has the antidote. To understanding that way, then you will understand sooner or later the delusion cannot exist if you put the antidote. So that's actually when delusions absent through the antidote, so then absent of the delusion, so that's actually the liberation, right? Yeah, liberation. So then, see, that's why object of five senses and the hidden object and the very hidden object, but everything is actually included into these three objects. And then to study the reason, how can be the perfect reason. And then as a little bit complicated, okay? So logic, this text actually the 1 year subject in the monastery. There are many different the logic, and then logic which relate with the cause and effect, and then the quality comes the same thing. So then that time, if you see this, then how you can prove this is exist? So for example, if you see, here's the microphone, right? All of us, we can see this is the microphone. Then I can say, I ask you, do you believe this microphone is exist there or not? Of course, we all say, yes, this microphone, right? Microphones exist there. What is the proof? I see. You say, I see. Then we finish the chapter, right? Actually, again, chapter is, what is the proof that your mind is not the mistake at that moment? Your mind really is the valid cognition or not? Through that way, then you ask, yeah, my mind is valid cognition, no mistake. No mistake. Now you see, that mind became the proof to microphone exist. That before proof microphone exist, we use our valid cognition. So now to prove our valid cognition is valid and no mistake, we prove this microphone is existing. So actually that's true. See, this to prove this is exist, use valid cognition. To prove valid cognition is valid cognition, say microphone exists. So this interdependence. So that's kind of, this makes sense? I think that's really, there's the taste of what's the meaning of interdependence. Most of the times, I saw, trust me, many times we end the chapter. Then that causes sometimes trouble. I saw. Then later you try and find some truth. Then, I don't know what happened. I saw that time. This is really happening sometimes. But what is the proof? My mind is really valid cognition, or maybe there's a different cause, immediate cause, or some maybe cause that see that way or not. Because when that check, then come see something different, some really different than what we really see. Okay, this subject is actually the second. Okay, Chadewa exams finish, and then the Gelong exam is we said the full ordain exam. So that time the memorization is same. At the Chakra Sambhava, self generation, Kuya Samaja's initiation. Yamendaga, initiation, and the Ramne, not necessarily to translate this. Then the Chakra, and then the Sutra subjects comes now. The Dunju, it's explained about realizations from beginning to the enlightenment. Realization, different realizations. And then and then Samsu, then how to do meditation. So how to do meditation and the calm abiding, and the Dunju, then the subjects is happening at that time. So when you finish this exam, it's a writing exam and a debating exam. Exams the finish, and then the third grade exam is the finish. Now that monk is stay in the monastery as really the rest of the text a little bit longer, and then you don't worry about expel from the monastery. Third one, and then that text actually has the big letter and the small letter. So the big letter is composed by Chandakriti, and the small letter is like amplifications, which composed by Lama Tsongkhapa. And then the last page is final decisions, which composed by Lama Tsongkhapa. He decide, because great many different meditators, some say maybe this is the good to achieve the realization this way, some they say maybe this way is good. You see many different. So Lama Tsongkhapa, he put into practice, through his practice, then through his experience, and through my practice, I think this is the right way for me. So that's his final decision about the Kuya Samaja. So that's.
Do you study in Tibetan language?
Yeah, that's all Tibetan language. I think this is not yet translated in English. I think it's not easy actually. Yeah.
No Sanskrit.
It is.
Sanskrit?
No, it's only root tantra of Kuya Samaja is Sanskrit, but outline not in outline is not yet in Sanskrit, and then book which composed by Chandakriti, so that's in Sanskrit.
That's it, yeah. Chandakriti would be in Sanskrit.
Then Lama Tsongkhapa's amplifications not in Sanskrit. The final decision also not in Sanskrit.
Did you have to learn to read both Sanskrit and
No, not necessarily. Only Sanskrit with the mantra, and sometimes a mantra which we offering times, then recite the different mantra. That's we have to memorize in Sanskrit.
And you don't have to learn Pali,
No, it's yeah.
just
Pali, no.
Tibetan.
Just Tibetan, yeah. So this book, you see, actually, if he not yet study the 4 commentary of the Guhya Samaja, because he just start to finish the first exam, so just memorize and the sutra practice. That's why the first, how do you say this? I cannot find this part.
The pictures?
Yeah, there he set up just Manjushri picture, his own Dalai Lama's picture. Yeah, he just set up there.
Or the pictures of Manjushri?
Yeah, if he finish his first exam, and then he set up the whole this bookcase set up in the 4 pages, but four books,
Yeah, 4 books.
4 books there. Yeah, 4 volume. I think.
Yeah,
I think 4
4
volume.
books, 4 volumes, yes.
I finally found them. Oh yeah, this is good. Thank you.
Who makes the big laptop books?
Yeah, that's some monk. Then they help. Yeah, this is really great. I brought her here, but not in here. I just live in Connecticut.
Wood? It's made
It's
of wood.
see all this brocade,
Brocade, yes.
all this brocade. Then at the monastery rules say, if you have enough money, then you can do inside this bookcase as much as you can. Spend how much you can. Yeah, whatever you want, you can do inside this case. That's why many monks they put some jewelry and the pearl and the turquoise they set up here. So try to make it very beautiful that your mind can stay very peaceful here.
Do they own those? This?
Yeah, every monk should have this one. Yeah.
What's the name of the book again?
We call but this case, the case of this called Shokali. Shokali is the name of this. I really don't know what's the meaning of the Shokali.
and what the
Everyone realizes
Yeah, we call
it's
it
not a
shokal.
laptop.
It's a study desk.
It's a study desk, yeah.
will the same monk have this for years and years and years?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you can keep. Yeah, if some monk expelled from monastery, then this can use by some other monk. But it's some very simple, some very, very, how to say,
Some very
Elaborate.
elaborate.
elaborated. Yes.
Yeah. Who decides when you take the exam? Do you, or does your teacher tell you, now you're ready?
Oh yeah, this is a teacher, because a teacher first takes exam. You make sure. Yeah, it's one point. Whenever we enter in the monastery, you must have at least 2 teachers. So the one teacher that take care your discipline, and one teacher take care your education. If your some study education is not really going through well, then abbot and the discipliner call him. Okay, come here, your students, something happens, so what do you want to do now? If he's disciplined, something happened, then he called another teacher. At
Not
least,
the administrator. He has his own
yeah, he has his
his own-
own teacher.
teacher for
Yeah.
discipline.
If you don't have a teacher, you cannot enter to monastery. Yeah. Why?
She says, how do you get the teacher?
Oh yeah, that's the help. Because you enter to the monastery, so they go to the administrator. Sometimes I don't have any teacher, then administrator. Sometimes they request, maybe today 3 children came here, so please can you be his teacher? Sometimes okay, now I can help. Then his teacher, discipliner teacher, almost like a father now. We also feel like a really father. Then he take care of clothes, the food, and everything. He really feel like his child.
But your uncle brought you to this monastery?
Yes.
I see.
Yeah, then I'm very lucky because my uncle already know one monk in the monastery.
So he
So it's very easy, yeah. So these children actually escaped from Tibet. So it's a lot of the difficult to cross the Himalaya mountains. Very difficult, yeah. So people ask him why you are study very good. So why you study very good? Then he say, if I study good, then my mom is happy. So now this is The most of this time, we teacher emphasize them the memorize. There's all that this memorization comes in the future. It comes a subject. Then that time the teacher just explain. You don't want to take the book. It just stay there like a meditation. Then you know what he's talking about. What is the commentary of what, Now he's a Chakdeva, so his first exam finished, but not finished. He had a second exam, so he take care the rest of monk. Not only him. There's a 32 the monks, the novice monk. Then they take care offering the tea, the bread. This is the kettle actually, and there's the butter tea. Right?
Yes. I like it.
So this is in the kitchen. So now they stay on the line, and then they try to get the tea. Then they run into the monastery. So he has the bread.
And the monks cook the food?
Yes.
Yes.
But there's the one cook. So that monastery hired someone. So he take care to fry onion, fry tomato. But he ordered to the monk every day. There's the 14 the monks just change.
Kitchen duty. Kitchen duty.
Rotate. Kitchen duty. And then tomorrow, if he's the kitchen duty is tomorrow, but he come tonight, then he make a bread for tomorrow breakfast. And then he offered this bread for monk. Then monk just eat this bread and just butter tea. But there's no jam, there's no butter. And then no worry about cholesterol and diabetes.
Are they like chapatis?
Yeah, it's like chapati. This is the potato now. Potato, and then if there's some special supporter, they offer the monastery the food for monk. Then the monastery completely pure vegetarian. And the kitchen is the vegetarian.
Yes, vegetarian.
So they cut the potato and then they mix the paneer, it's kind of cheese, and then they see this is each monk has this size. Then this monk then divide into this big into 7 or 6. Then they put in the flour and make a bread, then deep fry, and then just offer to monk the 6. It looks like the fried dumpling.
So, but it's filled with potatoes?
Yeah, filled with potato and
It's like
cheese.
samosa.
Looks like samosa, yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar to samosa. Aloo bale.
Aloo bhaji.
Aloo is a potato and bale is bread, like a potato bread, but actually looks like a samosa. This is the Japanese groups. Actually, they helped the monastery to build a monastery. It's his father. He stayed in monastery to study tantric for 2 years. Now he's the translator of the Sons Dalai Lama. Whenever he come to Japan, give a teaching to tantric. So he is the translator. And then
It's Japanese.
Japanese, yeah, he's Japanese, and he's his wife. This 1, 2, 3. They are the Japanese education group. So they make one movie about the monastery, and then they show how became the relationship this monastery and the Japanese, the Sibu Kyogen High School. That's a very good movie. They did an interview with his Sons Dalai Lama, interview with other monks, so like that. And then this is the secretary of the monastery.
What's the building in the back?
This is school. This is school, front of school.
And the monk there is the relation, or what's his?
Oh,
The monk.
this one.
Yeah.
This one, me. Yeah, this one, me. At that time, I helped to, because sometimes the Japanese come, then they offer to monk some money to buy the toothbrush and the soap, like that. So that time they lead them to show the monk when they study. You see, these are yellow parts. Inside that purse, there's some money. Then this is a scarf, right? So when they see airport, and then they offer for this, kata, say thank you very much. Now he's actually no monk, but he became a secretary almost 30 years. Now he knows the monastery situation more than us. So this is a group of Japanese. Then they got initiation from. This is the abbot. Abbot. I think this is his last routine, last responsibility.
His last responsibility. And then he retired.
Yeah.
Then he becomes ex-abbot.
Yeah, that's right. This is the vice abbot. He's the youngest vice abbot in monastery in the history, but he's a modern educated. He speaks English very good, and he's very, very good. And so this monk is actually it's a very long history. His father is Chinese and his mother is Tibetan.
Ah.
So his father is the Chinese general in 1959. 59.
Married a Tibetan? The
Yeah.
Chinese general married a Tibetan lady?
Listen, pardon me. So he's a soldier general. General, especially he take care of the canon.
Yes.
Canon. Then because he have a very bad memory about communist Chinese, but he pretend as a very good communist. Then he come to Tibet. Then secretly he became a relate with the Tibetan gorilla. Gorilla. And then slowly then he escaped. Then he became the part of Tibetan gorilla. Then he helped the Tibetan gorilla how to make a road clean when his son Dalai Lama come. Then he helped a lot. Then he come to India, of course, escape. Then he stay in this very close to Sera Monastery in the Bailakupi. And then he married with a Tibetan girl. And then he passed away in Sera, the Bailakupi. Then whenever his son Dalai Lama come to South India, he always visit in his house, asking what's the problem, just tell me. So friendly they each other. Because he told his son Dalai Lama how his family tortured by a Chinese communist in China. So that's because he's hard. Then he very close to Tibet. Then this is the children of him. But he is so great practitioner. He went to college, educated a lot. Then he entered to the monastery to study, and very good monk.
He went to college in China.
Yeah, he born in India. He never saw China or Tibet. So this monk, I really surprised. His eyes actually really looks like his meditation is really deep meditation on the inside. Yeah, but I didn't see here the whole picture. In my picture I can see whole face, but
No, it's not.
you can focus eyes.
Well, his eyes are only half open. Yeah.
So now this is, you see, it's the chanting at the monastery. And all this, the red one, they are the novice monk. And all the monks with the yellow robes are full ordained monks. This is the throne of the abbot. And this is the throne of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And here's the statue of the Buddha. And then here's the statue of the established founder of the monastery. Here's the Guya Samaji statue. Then you can see here the Lama Tsongkhapa. You can see here the Buddha. Here I didn't remember what statue here. Sorry.
Is this a kind of group meditation?
Yeah.
Or meeting or what?
Group meditation, chanting. This is the hippo meditation. See, some monks just so funny. Wow. When they stay in the family, sometimes the family they request to monastery, please keep this boy, the train, be a monk. But they already influence some of the modern style. Even become a monk, but look at his finger. Yeah, see, now this is sometimes the daytime after study finished, then monk have to plant a new tree. Sometimes His Holiness Dalai Lama's birthday, then every monk, they plant a new tree and try to make a more forest, save the environment. And then some monks say, this is my tree, this is my tree, this is tree for my mom, this is tree for my teacher, like that, plant like that. It's so wonderful. Now this is the debate. No. Debate, he's a defender, he's a challenger.
So even when they're little, they have to debate.
Yeah, they have to debate. So debate is, you see before, I say maybe this is exist. Then he asks, what is the proof? You can say this is exist by itself, like this kind. Then you really try to give the answer the proper way. He cannot stop until the answer satisfied him. This also debate. Look at his. Before I say, oh, maybe we should have our monastery sometimes practice the Kung Fu. Then later I say, it's okay, maybe not necessarily Kung Fu, because this is the Kung Fu. Kung Fu fight with the delusion. It's better than fight with the people. It's really good for exercise, for the mind. It's really this kind of style, you see.
You don't do Tai Chi.
I'm tired. It's can't explain at that time the way how movement of your body, then how it helps to concentrate your mind.
Yeah.
Because you, I think maybe I can show later. See this. This is a new school. A new school, and the monks also debating.
When you say get the right answer, is the answer correct?
No, this time if he's asking question, right? If he's satisfied answer, then stop. Sometimes other monks comes with him. He's satisfied that answer, but other monks say, "Are you sure? I don't satisfied. I don't believe that his answer is correct." Then he said, "Help me." Then he asked again, "What do you have approved? This is that way, like that."
Does the correct answer come from scripture, or is it something else other than scripture?
On the scriptures, if he asks, then his answer is really completely he not satisfied. Then he think maybe this is against of the scripture. His ideology is completely against Nagarjuna, against Buddha. Then he used the scripture. Scripture said that. Are you more scholar than Nagarjuna? Are you more scholar than Buddha? Then he just stop. Then maybe he want to think about again. So there's the two way. So first he used his logical. If his answer is not satisfied, then he used his logical. If this is so, why does this happen? If this is so, why does it happen? The final, then his question, his reason is not really enough. He feel, but he knows some scriptures. It's a proof him that he used that scripture like that.
So he has to give his understanding. I think your question was, is the answer set in the scripture?
No, answer cannot set up. Then become like a.
Because then you're not.
It's a movie, yeah.
And you're not thinking.
Then set up the scripture, it then says something so that you cannot develop your mind, right?
And what's with the hands? Is he doing Kung Fu now too? Or?
Yeah, I think you can turn a light. I can show you. Sorry.
No, this is for the debate.
Yeah, I will show you. This you will know. Give a light. Debating the defense always sit down.
Okay.
The challenge stand up. Then if I want to ask about the Madhyamaka view, and then I ask about how the self exists by itself or just interdependence. And then I ask, first, the very beginning, we use some quotation, scriptural quotation. For example, Nagarjuna says something that you memorize that, then that you just do like this. See, Kung Fu. See this? Then you say that. Then you say, looks like I don't think you cannot explain these words like that. Really encourage him. Then he said, why not? Oh, can you explain this scripture, this sentence? He said, yes, and explain.
So the questioner does this.
Yeah, this is question.
Foot action too.
Yeah.
That means wrong, right?
No. It just means he's posing a question.
You. But just like this. But you see, first time it's a little bit hurt, right? But when you practice, see, no problem. See, sometimes I heard my sound so strong, but just a little bit, how to say, feel a little bit, then it's normal. Sometimes when we back to room, it really comes out. But mind is completely free from, how to say, against or something. Sometimes because his answer is not satisfied you, not satisfied me, not satisfy you, then three challengers come. Then please let me ask, please let me ask. You say, please let me ask. Then sometimes we push. One day our classmate, some monk, he pushed, then his head is hit on the wall, completely comes bleeding, but he's laughing.
This monk is laughing. This young
Yeah.
monk is smiling.
So he's bleeding, but there's no any angry or why he pushed me. Maybe something, not at all. That's kind of the blessing of the Dharma, really. Okay, then take care. Then again, after this finished, a few days, and again friendly, so no problem. And then most of these are asking question. That means his question is finished. Now he's finished this one. Now his
Another
time
question.
to start to give the answer. So this means actually the reaction should be like how Manjushri take out his sword. Like this. That means the wisdom. And then you do a hand like this. That time you visualize, may I all sentient beings free from the ignorance to the liberation. You should think about that. And at the very beginning, before say the sentence, you say, D is kind of the mantra of the wisdom Buddha. You should say D. Then recite, begin with wisdom Buddha's mantra, and then you start the question. Then he give the answer, then you ask a question, he give the answer, you ask the question like that. The final, then his answer something mistake, then you prove that I think this is not right way. Then later, then he said, yeah, I agree. So then you do that. That means you lost 1 point. 1 point. That means it's just one part lost, but really the principle his promise, but still he keep, but some of his supporting to keep his defense continue. So supporting his statement is lost, then you can do this way. Okay.
Oh, I see. So it's done different
That's
ways.
it, yeah.
So the
Then-
main premise
yeah,
is true,
Yeah,
but
main
premise.
promise, maybe first he say yes, now he should say, oh no. Then he say, that means you can do a hand this like this way. Now now you understand. Now you're free from ignorance. That means now chapter, this kind of the session, the debate, but that's now finished. Now you can start another question. This. Yeah.
Do all the 4 schools use the same gestures when they're training? Do all
Oh, yeah?
4 schools?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is after I graduated Tanga art. So he's actually not monk. He's not monk. But they stay in the monastery, help me to finish this. You see that the Tanga is not color. It's our 41 Tangas Buddha's life story. His life story has actually 108 chapters, so we divide into 41 Tanga. Some Tanga has 1 chapter, some Tanga has 2 chapters, like that. So this is one of my art piece. Which one? Maybe
Special ink.
it's a pigment. All this color are pigment. Then
are they all natural?
they're all natural. Yeah, these are pigment. All these are gold, 24 karat gold. Then this also
The blue is the blue lapis?
The blue, yeah, lapis lazuli. Then this is medicine Buddha actually.
Yeah, with the pot. And so
Yeah, medicine Buddha, and he holding the Arura fruit, and there is, I think didn't see that much clear. This is the Brahmin who requests to Buddha to teach the medicine. Then Buddha, actually the blue colors symbolize the energy. So medicine need energy.